Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJ Tripp, and welcome to That's a Shoot. This is my weekly episode where I talk about the good and the bad going on in the world of professional wrestling. We call it Put Over and Bury, and then I go into the main topic of the episode. But as first, as always, let me start with Put Over and Bury. And first, we put over, and the first thing we want to put over is the gauntlet match on Monday Night Raw. I thought this was a pretty good gauntlet match. I think aside from the quick roll up of Sami Zayn, I thought each little match was pretty good. It took almost about the first hour of the episode, so I think that was very interesting to do that. And I think that's better for the gauntlet match than on SmackDown. On SmackDown, you only have 2 hours, so it really shouldn't be a gauntlet match. If anything, it should be like a battle royal. 10-minute battle royal, something like 10-15 minute battle royal between 6 or 7 guys, not a gauntlet match. But on Monday Night Raw, I think you can get away with having a gauntlet match go 45 minutes or so like that, as this one did Monday. So that was really good. It ended up with Ricochet winning it, and he's gonna go on to face SummerSlam. To face AJ Styles at SummerSlam. Excuse me, not to face SummerSlam. He wouldn't face SummerSlam. But yeah, so that's what it's going to be. So we'll figure out what happens in the near future when it comes to that. The next one I had to put over, also from Monday Night Raw, is the Seth Rollins beatdown. This was insane. This was good. This is what they were talking about by saying that we were going to get edgier but still be PG, and I loved it. Uh, was it 3 F5s onto a standing up steel chair? Rollins coughing up blood, and then Brock Lesnar stops the medical ambulance, and he takes him out of the ambulance, and then F5s him onto the gurney. You know, just total awesomeness in my opinion from the beatdown. This is how you get edgier without um without going into the TV-14, still being PG. Um, I do think I like many other people find it kind of funny that Vince last week was kind of complaining about AEW doing the whole blood and guts thing, and then he kind of had Seth Rollins, even though it was a blood capsule, he have him coughing up the blood and guts, so to speak. On the thing, so that was Vince being Vince, as always. But yeah, I think I thought that was a good beatdown, and I am always down for a good beatdown. Like, I love the Kofi beatdown from Dolph gave him after a few months back, and I love this one. I enjoy a good beatdown, so I think this one was pretty rad. Um, and the last put over, maybe the best put over, is that they seem to have stopped with the whole commercial wrestling and commercial break stuff. They seem to have completely just stopped that, and I think that was good. Now they still did some things. Now they did the whole thing where, like in the gauntlet match, they had like a stoppage between they had like a stoppage between Ray and Cesaro, the first match. They went to commercial break, and then they came back, and then the way they did it the second time, but they had the quick roll up of Sami Zayn by Rey Mysterio. Then they went to commercial break after that, and then they had Andrade and Ray wrestle, and then and then they had when Andrade won, he kind of took out Ray, and then they had Ricochet come down, save Ray from having his mask being turned off, and then they went to the commercial. So that's the way to kind of do it. No, that's the way they kind of do it. And they did another thing too. They did a few other things as well, where they kind of figured out a way to stop, to not do the whole 2 out of 3 falls stuff and the stupid, commercial and restarts and everything like that. So it was fun. I'm glad to see they're trying to find better ways of doing it, or just not doing it altogether. And now to bury, and I'm going to bury the first answer that I'm going to bury is the Randy Orton interview on SmackDown. I just wasn't a big fan of it. I just wasn't. Yeah, it's not that it was just really. And I guess really the one thing I would say that the reason why I want to bury is because they went short on time. They went short on time. So they feel and they kind of had like to rush everything at the end. So I don't know. I just thought at the very least it didn't need to be on. They could have put that on the internet or something. It didn't need to be on there. So something else that didn't need to happen was Maria Kanellis' interaction with Braun Strowman on Raw after she won the 24/7 championship, which is actually pretty interesting. That is one way to like get rid of the title. Okay, so you know this was it was done. I think it was something done. I think it was another thing that was done by what's the name? Done by the USA Network to try to get people to watch Monday Night Raw. But it's and there's been some great stuff between Drake and Truth, mostly Truth, but it doesn't. Sir, it doesn't need. There's too many titles to begin with. So this is a great way to put the title, still have the title on the show, but not do nothing with it. Just because they're doing stuff with Maria. So, but anyway, Maria Kanellis interaction with Braun Strowman. I don't know why that needed to be on television. I don't know why. I'm guessing maybe they might have Braun Strowman beat the hell out of Mike Kanellis sometime. So, okay, um, that's good. I don't know. Um, and again, the last thing I want to bury is the Who Attacked Roman stuff at the end of SmackDown. And it's not necessarily the fact that it happened. That's okay, but the fact of when it happened, you know, why wasn't this thought of a few weeks ago? Why wasn't this like a long term thing? Why not do this after SummerSlam to where this could lead up to something to where especially if the rumors are is going to be Daniel Bryan, then why not lead this up to something to where maybe even at Hell in a Cell or something, we find out that the person who attacked Roman was Daniel Bryan. You know, so I don't know, and they still could be doing this, but I get the feeling that this is going to be, rushed, and we're going to find out on Tuesday that it was Daniel Bryan, and then they're going to make a match for SummerSlam. But this should have been longer, and this should have been for more build. So it's not the fact that it was done, not the fact of how it was done. I kind of liked how it was done, having the camera on the trailer, and then them putting an Instagram post of it on WWE. I thought was ridiculous. On WWE Instagram, I thought was pretty ridiculous as well. But either way, it's I mean, come on, right? So, but yeah, that's the reason why that's what I'm going to bury about the Who Attacked Roman thing. It's this should have been a more long term thing than just a short term thing. Oh, well, look at this now. We have an update from the WWE Twitter handle. It has now been determined that the incident in question was specifically caused by a forklift driver error. So it looks like they've just decided to go ahead and drop the whole fucking thing to begin with. So, and now to my main topic of this episode, which is who is the face of the WWE. And I was just thinking about this mainly because of the whole WWE 2K video game coming out, and talking about who is going to be the cover athlete. And there are rumors, and I think many people think that they should be Becky Lynch because over the past year, we're coming up on the years when the whole Becky Lynch thing really became a humongous thing when she turned heel on Charlotte at SummerSlam. So we're having this big, huge thing coming up, and it was just so there's a lot of people want Becky Lynch to be on the cover of WWE 2K20. I personally think it should be Roman Reigns. Just like Roman Reigns should have won the ESPY for best WWE moment, beating cancer. I think, and Roman Reigns hasn't been on the cover of a video game. There's always been someone else. Even though he's been the main event, basically, there's always been someone else on the cover. Whether it was Steve Austin or Seth Rollins or AJ Styles. There's many others as well. So I think before that, might have been Brock Lesnar. I think was on it too. So yeah, there's been so I think it should be Roman Reigns, and it just gave me to thinking, well, who exactly is the face? Is it still Roman? Even since Roman come back, rightfully so, the WWE has not tried to really push the whole Roman Reigns thing agenda. They easily could have said, okay, Roman's back. Let's just put the title on him. Let's put any title on him. But they didn't. They've decided to no. They put him in maybe some lesser than standard things. His feud with Seth with Shane McMahon and anything and Drew McIntyre. Although the match they had at Stomping Grounds, Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns, was a lot better than the match they had at WrestleMania. And then of course the tag match he had with The Undertaker versus Shane and Drew, I thought, to open the show, I thought was incredible as well. So, and here we are, like I just mentioned, here we are. We're a week away. We're almost several days away, 10 days away from SummerSlam, and we have no idea who who Roman Reigns' opponent is. So, I think I think they've done a great job of trying to pull back on the Roman Reigns thing. I don't think it's gonna last. I think they're waiting until the Royal Rumble. I think Roman Reigns is going to win the Royal Rumble, and he's going to go during the WrestleMania and take either the Universal Championship or the Heavyweight Championship. So it was one or the other. So I think they've done a good thing. And then there's this whole thing with Seth Rollins, right? Seth Rollins, for the past 2 months, has been on Twitter and doing interviews. He has been defending WWE to its dying death, which I have applauded him for, because it needed to be. Because ever since that whole thing came out with John Moxley, aka Dean Ambrose, about the whole WWE and him basically burying the creative process and everything like that. And for a while, there's a lot of people out there that they crap on WWE for no particular reason. For no particular reason. And I've said this before on here. I can't sit up here and see how you can crap on WWE and then call yourself a WWE fan. You can't. Now you can be critical of some of the things they do. You can be critical of some of the things that they do. You can be critical of how they go about things, and or something like that. Like on here, that's what my barrier is for. It's to be critical. It's to critique. But I would call myself a WWE fan because I don't think what they do sucks, and I don't think that the way they go about their business product sucks or anything like that. They do things that can be better, sure, but. So when people are on internet or on Twitter saying that WWE sucks and is bad, I don't think they're WWE fans. And I said this before, I think they are either wrestling fans who like have no way to watch any other promotion. WWE is the only promotion on major TV. You know, like I said, we've got Ring of Honor and Impact Wrestling, but they are on channels that you can't even find. You know, so so WWE is the only wrestling that you find, so that's the only wrestling they can watch. You know, and now with AEW they have an alternative, but or these are again people that were never WWE fans, but decided to watch it because WCW went away. So I just don't know. So I just don't think so. And so Seth Rollins has been hearing that stuff and has decided to take up the mantle as being the guy that defends WWE, and 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 I've enjoyed it. You know, sure he had that scene with Real Ospreay. I don't even think it was that bad. I don't even think what that was that bad. You know, I don't think he really needed to apologize about it because Will Ospreay, you know, again, if he wanted to be someone, he would be in the big leagues. But he wants to be over in New Japan, so let him go be New Japan. He's not, you know, he's not kind of worth it, you know. So he needs to be over there. But yeah, but so I don't think what he did was even wrong. I don't think anything that he said has really been in particular, you know, that bad. So is Seth Rollins like the face of WWE, him defending WWE and everything like that. So, and then you can talk about other things. You know, Brock Lesnar. He has some mainstream appeal from UFC and everything like that. Is the face Ronda Rousey? Even though Ronda Rousey hasn't been around since WrestleMania, is she the face of WWE? You know, is it someone else? You know, we hear rumors that that Paul Heyman likes Ricochet and Braun Strowman. Are they the faces of WWE? So I mean, who knows? In my opinion, I think the face of WWE is still Roman Reigns. I think it's still Roman Reigns. I think even though WWE is trying to do a good job of not trying to seem like that they are pushing him onto WWE to make sure that he still has that, you know, he doesn't get you know, the whole mixed reaction or even get the whole crowd booing him. Uh, I think he's still the face of WWE, and I think he's still the guy. Think he probably. I think he still will be the guy for a few more years. I do think at some point they probably will go to. They would go to Ricochet, or they would go to Strowman, or they may even go to someone else. Maybe they might go to Velveteen Dream. I think that's the big thing. I think Velveteen Dream is the one. That's the guy that's, whether he's a babyface or heel. That's the guy that's the, the next big thing in WWE. So, but you know, it is who it is. Post your comments down below. Let me know who you think is the face of WWE. All right, y'all. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you think about my putovers. Let me know what you think about my berries. And let me know what you think about the main topic. Who is the face of WWE? Let me know down in the comment section. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And we're going to end today's episode sending our thoughts out to those of the family and friends of Harley Race. Harley died yesterday at the age of 76. He was an 8-time NWA champion. He was one of the best heels that ever was. He was one of the best wrestlers that ever was. He influenced many wrestlers today, whether it was with his Triple H used all of his knees. Harley Race was the one started like the knees, the high knees, anything like that, and just the way of the way to get booed as a heel, Harley Race was incredible. So thoughts out to the family and friends of Harley Race, dead at 76.